Blessings, everyone. I'm spiritualist, psychic, astrologer, and medium Sette. Thank you for offering me this opportunity to share with you my astrological and spiritual insights into the coming energies and the times for the month of February 2018. Right now, we're at the end of January, and we have our second full moon of January coming up on January 31st. I'd like to begin with that because actually in February we do not have a full moon. The next full moon will be on March 1st. So I would just like to touch upon the energies of the January 31st full moon, which is a total lunar eclipse. Now we're coming into our next eclipse season here at the end of January and as we move through February. I suggest first by allowing yourself to just reflect on what took place during the last eclipse season, which was in August of 2017. Specifically with the Leo energies that were very much surging at that time. And what I'm emphasizing with the Leo energies is the element of love, creativity, and divinity that is very present within all of us. And I certainly suggest to recognize these elements from a place of love and humility and not ego and greed. The lower vibration of the Leo energy demonstrates itself in a place of ego and greed. The higher vibration of that Leo quality demonstrates itself from a place of love, humility, divinity, and in doing so, we connect with high levels of creativity. Certainly, we are all very much creative beings, and that is very much a part of the experiences as to why we have chosen to embark upon this human experience. And as when I always suggest, or rather, when I always share with you any of these insights, I always inspire everyone to not take what I say for the gospel truth. I will share with you through what I've learned in my experiences, and I always suggest to allow yourself to really recognize what resonates with you. If what I share with you resonates with you, that is wonderful. And if it does not resonate with you, that is also wonderful. And I inspire you in all your experiences to allow Spirit to always guide you and direct you. And I truly feel that in sharing with you what comes through in these experiences, I allow Spirit to share with me from a place of love, and it's always from a place of love. And as I'm saying, we emphasize that element of love because of that Leo energy. In the astrological charts, Leo connects with the fifth house, which is the sector of the chart that connects with love, creativity. It also connects with children. And don't we often hear about us becoming childlike and allowing ourselves to be very, very childlike? Because in those experiences, we certainly connect with creativity, that playfulness that allows inspiration to come through from the spirit realm. And we are so much being offered these opportunities to really recognize these qualities within ourselves. As I said, those Leo energies, the element of divinity, which, as I said, connects with the demonstration of love and humility and not ego. All of this needs to be addressed and recognized from a place of love. So as we go through this next eclipse season, which with the January 31st total lunar eclipse also being in the sign of Leo, this is yet another opportunity for us to really understand this element of creativity and divinity that is in every one of us. Allow yourselves to really recognize your innate talent, whatever that might be. And when I suggest to recognize that, because whatever it is that we feel very passionate about, that directly connects with our purpose. Whatever it is that you are passionate about is very much an indication of your purpose and your destiny and why it is that perhaps you've chosen to embark upon this human experience. And this time that we are in right now is another opportunity for us to embrace that greater truth about ourselves with whatever that might be for you. There's no wrong or right with any of this. It's an opportunity for you to really recognize what it is that you are passionate about, what truly brings you joy. And in demonstrating that joy, you will create for yourself, we all create for ourselves the existence that is very peaceful, very harmonious, very balanced, and very much congruent with our higher self. You see, in the times that we're in right now, we're all being given this opportunity to recognize this element within ourselves. Since 2014, especially here in the United States, every one of us individually has been given this opportunity to recognize our power. And as I've always said in the past, recognize the power from a place of love and not ego. Because in doing so, not only do we benefit from having these experiences, every one of us in society, in humanity, will certainly benefit from our demonstration of connecting with our path and purpose. You see, the sign Leo, it connects, it also represents the heart organ in the body. Its opposite sign, which the sun is in right now, is in the sign Aquarius. Aquarius connects with the circulation of the blood in our body. And the emphasis I want to make using that analogy is that when we're allowing ourselves to connect with what it is that we really love, we circulate that love throughout all of humanity. And everyone benefits from us being in a place of joy. Recognize whatever experience brings you joy in your life, even if it's something so very simple as sitting in a coffee house and enjoying your favorite cup of coffee. If that experience allows you to really feel joy, recognize by you doing so, you're sharing that joy with all of humanity. This is a big part of what all of this is about, and it's certainly not very selfish at all, because when we are peaceful, when we are experiencing love and joy within ourselves, by us being in that place of love and joy, we're just radiating that to all of humanity, and we're contributing to the balances and the peacefulness as we go through these what sometimes seem to be turbulent times. Although, as I've said so many times, chaos will always precede great change, and we are on the cusp of great change. Keep yourself in a place of love. Allow yourself to be very peaceful. Allow yourself to understand the higher knowing of being in the world and not of it, especially as we move through this coming eclipse season. And we're very much in the process right now. And we certainly can see the potential of some very unsettling things happen in the outer world. However, if it happens in the outer world, it need not have any negative impact on our well-being. Connect with spirit, connect with the source which created all things, which is very much inside every one of us. Again, this is another element that is being shown to us about ourselves and who it is that we are. When we know our power from a place of love, nothing in the outer world has power over us. And when I say that, it certainly does not suggest to be belligerent, arrogant, or rebellious in any way, shape, or form. We want to demonstrate the higher vibrational element of all these experiences which really are being offered to us from spirit to create great change within ourselves and certainly in the outer world. The next eclipse will be on February 15th, and it is a total solar eclipse, so it's a new moon. And I always suggest to recognize the time, the few days leading up to the new moon, which is considered the balsamic moon phase. It's called balsamic because balsamic means aged. The lunar cycle has aged and progressed very nicely, and we're on the cusp of beginning a new cycle of experience with the new moon. And so at the time of the balsamic moon, which is February 11th, for those of you who like to know the exact time of the balsamic moon phase, it begins at 1:34 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time. That's an indication of the preparation period before we begin the next lunar cycle. It's a time of cleansing, clearing, and purging. And also, too, because the next new moon is a solar eclipse, the solar eclipse, it's a new moon, and it's indicative of a major new beginning. With the solar eclipse, many times we're given a 3-month window to really reflect on this cleansing, clearing, purging. However, if that hasn't been the case since November, don't worry about it. We still have the opportunity to really cleanse, clear, and purge now, beginning with the balsamic moon on February 11th. And as I said, the exact time is 1:34. And if you're uncertain, perhaps, as to what needs to be eliminated so that you can adequately prepare to begin this new cycle of experience, just ask Spirit to show you. And also, have no fear in asking Spirit what it is that you might need to release. And sometimes what we need to release can be things that trigger a lot of emotions. And sometimes it triggers fear, but that fear only keeps us in a compromised state of well-being. Have the courage. Also, courage is very much a Leo quality. So through this time, we're being given the opportunity to really connect with that element of courage, willpower, and determination. Allow yourself to be shown and guided by Spirit so that you might recognize what no longer serves a purpose for you. So that when we begin this new cycle of experience, this new lunar cycle, we begin with a fresh slate, with nothing that might interfere with what it is that we are given an opportunity to really demonstrate and connect within ourselves, especially when it comes to our higher purpose, path, and destiny. Since about 2008, so many individuals have been given this opportunity to really recognize that element within themselves. And there are many who have not had the courage to do so. And I suggest to recognize that now, rise above that fear. Pull out all the stops. Allow yourself to really demonstrate the courage to connect with your path, your purpose, your destiny, whatever that might be. And when it is demonstrated from a place of love, everything that is necessary for us to exist in a very comfortable manner, especially financially, will certainly lovingly be given to us from Spirit. We just have to trust. We just have to allow ourselves to be in that place of trust. The solar eclipse is on February 15th, and the exact time is 4:06 p.m. It's in the sign of Aquarius, the sign of the New Age, the age of Aquarius, the sign of the times of humanity and brotherhood. And what is significant with this eclipse is that it directly connects with the position of and the placement of the moon in the chart of the United States. Now, in the chart of the United States, the moon represents we the people. And what is significant of that is that we the people are once again being given the opportunity to recognize that we are the ones instrumental in creating great change within our country. First, we have to do it within ourselves. So Aquarius being the sign of change, also being the sign of chaos, I suggest if there is anything chaotic that happens in the outer world, recognize to be in the world and not of it, and not allow it to interfere with your well-being. See these experiences from a place of detachment. When we can lovingly detach from what happens in the outer world, we are being given clarity as to the bigger picture and the purpose of these experiences. When we're not so much invested in the outcome of what's happening in the outer world, we certainly shall be given the clarity of the bigger picture and how this is really a part of humanity's creative evolution, progressing towards this new age, this age of Aquarius that we've been hearing about for so many times. The solar eclipse that we have on February 15th in the sign of Aquarius will certainly propel us forward to the age of Aquarius. Let's do so from a place of humility and love, and eliminate any fear that may delay our success in whatever manner that we choose to do so. The solar eclipse in Aquarius, it's in the late degree of Aquarius. So as I've said many times in these videos and in my forecast, The late degree in any sign is a turning point, and it's a major turning point. This could certainly indicate that this is a major turning point in advancing towards this new age, the age of Aquarius. We really are still on the cusp of that. So Spirit does require a little bit more time. Exactly how much time, we're really not clear and sure. The actual age of Aquarius, as I understand it and through my research, may not necessarily commence until about 2165. And in that year, what's significant and what allows me to understand that and use that as a point of reference is that the outer planets, Uranus and Neptune, will form their next conjunction, which is a new moon alignment. They're both very much in the same place in the heavens, in the sign of Aquarius. The last time that Uranus and Neptune conjoined with one another was between 1989 and 1989 and 1993. In those years are what was born the children of Neptune. Those, as I understand it, those are the crystal children, the rainbow children, as we often hear. I refer to them as children of Neptune because I believe that they've actually originated from Neptune, and their spiritual being comes to us and is present for us so that we might recognize and remember our connections with the spirit realm. But that's another chapter for another book and another video. And right now I'm continually emphasizing this shift towards this age of Aquarius, a time of brotherhood, a time of humanity, humility, love, as well as a greater sense of knowing of our oneness with one another. So I'm emphasizing, do not allow any of the chaos, the possible potential chaos in the outer world to ever interfere with your well-being. On February 18th, the sun moves into the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the tropical zodiac. Once the sun has transited all the signs before it, it connects with all facets of our human experience, the trials and tribulations that sometimes we encounter during this human time. And in the sign of Pisces, once we've allowed ourselves to progress through all those experiences from a place of love, we arrive at a place of knowing, which is really a place of trust. Allow yourself to be in that place of trust and knowing all things from a place of love and not ego. And this demonstration will allow you to be very much in a place of peace, harmony, balance, certainly abundance, and allowing yourself to really recognize how we're all created to the source which created all things. Our next full moon, will be actually on March 1st. As I said, in February, we do not have any full moons because we had 2 in January, and February's an abbreviated month. It's not leap year, so there's only 28 days in February. The full moon is on March 1st. That will be actually in the sign Virgo, which Virgo connects with our service to humanity. And what I would suggest to recognize is that when you allow yourself to embrace your path, and purpose, and destiny, that is where we are all in service to humanity through the demonstration and the courage to experience our path, our purpose, and destiny. We are in service to all of humanity. Allow yourself the courage to recognize these higher truths about yourself, always, always, always from a place of love. Once again, I'm spiritualist, psychic astrologer, and medium, Ray Sette. I thank you for allowing me to share these higher insights with you. We're quickly moving through 2018. I've already given Lori my dates for my next sojourn at both Mystical Moons in Fort Myers and Bonita Springs. My first day of sessions, I believe, will be April 17th. Lori has my exact dates. I very much, as I always do, look forward to sharing time with you one-on-one while I'm there. If anyone needs me before then, Lori knows where to reach me. Once again, thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity. Stay in the light and always in a place of love. Blessed be and be blessed. Namaste.